Today's video is brought to you by the word swarf.
meMiner here. In my last video, I cut some Brazilian agate for the rock tumbler. I held a few back to polish on a flat lap, and I thought I would share that with you today. If you don't have access to a flat lap, you can actually use automotive grade sandpaper and get the same result. It just takes a lot longer. Flat laps new are relatively inexpensive, but I bought this one used. It came with a number of discs, but there's swarf between the diamonds. Crud has formed particularly from softer rock, and it makes the diamonds less effective. Advice on how to clean the swarf came from friends on the Rock Tumbler forum to use either glass or natural glass, and that's what this is. It's volcanic glass, snowflake obsidian. All right, let's clean the disc. I think a lot of the swarf is gone. This blade looks and feels much better. I will show you very quickly how to set up this machine. Add the shield, attach the water reservoir to the back of the unit, attach the hose to the nipple. And this little thumb screw is how you adjust the water flow to the disc. So I'll start off with 170 grit, and then the plan is to move through finer and finer grits. Now it's a good idea, just with permanent marker, to identify what your wheel is. It's pretty easy to lose track of them. Now the way these things go together, some copper fittings that go through, grit size up, and then just screw on the nut. Now with most nuts and bolts, it's righty tighty. This is the opposite. You put the threads to the outside when you tighten. If you don't do that, it will not snug tightly onto the wheel. If you tried to put the nut on the wrong way, the wheel is loose and spins. It just won't work for you. There is a little hex screw that you put partially in, because that will lock your blade in place on the machine. Oh, one more point. If you get dirt into the inside, it can sometimes form like concrete and you'll have trouble getting your blade off and on. The solution to that is to wash it out once in a while with hot soapy water. So this screw faces the flat part of this pin, and then you tighten it up. And now everything spins. Off and on, and speed adjustment. Here is the agate wet, which I can see minute scratches and a few flaws in the rock. Let's watch it dry and then get it in the next round. So dry, you really start to see the flaws. Some scratching from the polishing, but those will get removed with finer grits. There's natural there through the rock. That's a deeper wheel mark. I'm going to leave it because I don't want to remove that much rock. This piece is a lot better. There's some minute scratches, you can see them up in there, but it's not a bad looking specimen. Some little scratches that'll come out with finer grits. So let's get on to those, see how it progresses, and then polish. Next up, 325. shiny yet. We'll move on to 600 grit. Likes rocks. Let him do his own thing. Here we go. Don't make a cocoon there, little buddy. 1200 grit. We're getting there, we're getting there. Now we put it into polish. The final step will be alumina 3000 grit tumbler polish, which should put a shine on the rocks. And the way you use this is it goes as a paste onto a pad. This is the end of the project. We'll do the reveal. There is a step they need to do, which is buffing it out with a soft cloth. I'll do that later. Thank you so much for watching. The adventures continue. Well, no caterpillars were hurt in making this video. I released him into a tree. He's climbing up to the sky. I think he found where he wanted to be. It's way better than a rock.
So,
You can smile too if you want.
no, I know. I just have to think of what to say before I start.
Okay, today's video is brought to you by the word swarf.
Today's video is brought to you in part by... Oh my god.
That was fine.
No.
That
Nope,
was-
restart it. Restart it.